Shit. Nigga.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's look is more of a I just came on here and just did something. I used my Jaclyn Hill palette and I just decided to do a half cut crease, and this is the final look. I do use some of these same products throughout my videos. I'm like one of those holy girl people, want to find something, I stick with it. So like if you've watched my last 3 videos, foundation, concealers and everything are still the same. My shade and my foundation did change a little bit because it's, of course, it's summer outside and I got a little tan. Like, can you see I got a tan? But yeah, so if you like this look, keep on watching. And yeah, so here we start off with our moisturizer. I moisturize my face after I do my eyebrows. If you want to see how I do my eyebrows, just leave a comment below and that will be coming soon. But yeah, right here we're just moisturizing our face before we do our eyes. I'm going in using my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I love this palette. It does have 35 different shades, and one of the first colors that I'm going to be using is the shade called Pukey. This is going to be my transition shade, which helps, you know, blending easier, and it just brings everything together. When you're doing this kind of look, you just want to take your time. I just keep taking the shade that I'm using and I just keep on packing it on there and blending it out. And I do this several times until I build up the color how I like it. Here I'm taking the shade Mocha. This is going to give me some depth, and I'm applying this under the shade Pukey that we first used. And this is just going to build some intensity. And I'm actually going to carve this out, so it doesn't matter if you make it really messy or not. But just keep on, like I said, packing it on, blending it out, and build it up to your liking. Here we're just going to take the same concealer that we use and we're just going to apply that on the eyelids. And I do have a little technique that I use, which is looking up at the ceiling once I apply the concealer down, and then I begin to carve out. The reason why I do that is because I remember when I used to do my cut creases, my eyeshadow and the concealer would always transfer above that line, that sharp line that you see, and I hated that. So if you just keep practicing, it makes perfect. But here I'm just taking my time and I'm carving out each eye, and I try to make them match. But yeah. Once I'm done cutting the crease to my liking, I will take some setting powder, which I'm using the Makeup Revolution Banana Setting Powder, and I'll set that over the concealer before then applying the eyeshadow. Here, I'm going to be using 2 different shades for the eyelids, which the first shade I'm going to be using is called 24/7. It's a pretty brown with some shimmer in it, and I packed this on. You can use your setting spray or some water to make the color really come out, because when I was applying it, it really wasn't like going on the way I liked. So I just sprayed my brush with a little setting spray. And then the second shade you'll see me go in with is the shade called Sissy. This shade is so pretty. It has a pink and gold tone to it, and applying those two colors together, it just made everything really come together. I do keep on packing on the shade, and I just keep blending everything out, and yeah. So now we're going to leave the eyes alone for a little bit and focus on the face. I'm using my Master Prime by Maybelline. Love this stuff. This is what I apply before I lay my foundation down. Here I'm taking my Maybelline Smooth and Dewy Foundation. I'm the shade 362, which is called Truffle. I'm taking my Real Techniques unicorn brush that I got from Ulta. I believe it was $12.99. I like to apply the foundation with this brush, and then afterwards I take a wet damp beauty blender and I just press it in all over the face, and then we get to the concealer. So here I'm just going to apply my concealer everywhere where I kind of want to highlight and get them bags, honey. But the shade that I use for the Fenty Beauty concealer is the shade Caramel. Here I'm going to take a clean, wet, damp beauty blender, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out that concealer. And I always damp my beauty blenders. I've never used them dry. So a tip, wet your beauty blender. To contour my face, I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Expresso. I'm the shade Expresso, and I just put that a little below my cheeks and on my forehead, and I just blend it all out. Next, I'll be taking my Makeup Revolution Banana Setting Powder, and I'm going to be setting that everywhere that I place my concealer. And then I let that do its thing, and then I'll go ahead right into my lashes. And once I apply my lashes, then yeah, after that I'll go ahead and wipe everything off. Before I wipe off all the setting powder, I take my Cover FX setting, it's a powder, sorry, not setting powder, but it's a powder, and I am the shade N40. You can purchase this at Sephora. I believe it is about $42. Here I'm going back in with the shade Mocha, and I'm going to apply this on my under eye, and I'm going to make sure that I connect it to the shadow above and just blend everything out. Make it all connect and look seamless. taking my favorite blush by Sephora called Hot Flush and just apply that all over the cheeks. And then I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I take the two colors, Summer and Moonshine, and I mix them together. And yes, honey, I got that highlight popping. So here I'm just finishing up. I applied some highlight underneath that brow, and I'm using my NYX Dewy Setting Spray to set everything. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click that ring bell to make sure you get my notifications when I post. And yeah, leave a comment below, and I hope you like this video.